New and awesome light novels to read. Hello, it's Takashi here. This is the September 15th light novel releases, which it will be released in the second week. That said, there are lots of works unveiled. So, I'll be introducing them now. This time the focus is on GA Bunko, which has some great works, including 2 familiar TV anime adaptations. There are also some new ones that I'm quite interested in, so let's do it now. First in the lineup is Tonari no Kurasu no Bishoujo to Ama Gakuen Saikatsu o Okud Imasuga Kakuhaku Ite o Mashigita Nanti Imasara Imasen. English title: I'm living a sweet school life with a beautiful girl from the class next door, but I can't say now that I confessed to the wrong person. A love that has mistakes? Now, that's comedy gold. The story starts with the boy enthusiastically confessed her love to the most beautiful in school, but ended up aimed for the wrong person, which that person said yes. This new work was inexplicable funny at the first start, but was then turned into a love triangle story. It also does showcase some erotic scenes, which makes it even more intrigued to read. Story aside, the way the art produced was magically beautiful, expected from Tantan. Since this has no continuation just yet, I assume it would be a one-shot story for now. Wish I confessed to someone back in my school days. If you like this, then you should check this out. Karayaku Dekanai Mai-Nai-san, English title: Ms. Minucci, who cannot be attacked. Yes, you aren't mistaken. She can't be attacked. Odd titles we're having today, isn't it? The girl, by the way, in the front cover was extremely cute, making my noses bleed. Tsuyoshi Takaiwa, the only member of the board game study group, was worried. Although he started a study group out of a love for it, he needed to recruit members to make it an official club activity. One day, he met Fuminuchi, a petite and cute senior. Knowing that she's the talented player in school, he struggles to get her to join the club. As expected, cute and petite girl characters return to every romance genres once again. It was unsurprising as well that Koriyuki decided to do a one-shot slapstick after-school activity romantic comedy, after a wonderful 2-part story, Demon King Battle Royale, from the author itself ended. Regarding the girl, I wonder if it took some inspiration from the certain illustration I just saw. If you do like slapstick comedies, then this has the spot for you. Game de Fugashoku o Kiwamata Shounen, Aiskai de wa Majitsushi Tekisei Max de Takangi Sarit Ayu Saikatsu o Ju Enai Mankitsu Suru /Spellcaster LV 100 Volume 2. The second story hasn't finally arrived, isn't it? After months for waiting, it has finally came. More stories on life as a gamer turned spellcaster. If before, we get to see the male character get summoned to that world after completed the hardest quest. Now, the story goes deep as he tries to uncover the identity of the female knight, Princess Kurojiana. This work is interesting, if you know what the shenanigans of the characters were up to. Lately, there has been too many MMORPG Isekai story being debuted. Wonder it's just too getting overcrowded, I wonder. As for the story, I wouldn't sit for longer for that as I thought there would be epic fights brewing. If you're interested in MMORPG turned magic summoning in some mix or romance, then this series suits the best. Next, is Kisu Nanti Dekanai Desho, to Chuhatsu Suru Namaina Osunanajimi wa Wakara Seat Yatara, Yosu Iju Ni Dorita. English title: When I made the cheeky childhood friend who provoked me with, you can't even kiss, right? Know her place, she became more cutesy than I expected. Novel titles these days are ratherly very either erotic or something cute in the making, isn't not? The whole of this volume is just to making it feeling very high moods. Before then, we get to introduce the girl with just soft sides revealed. Now, came the dangerous phase, back scratching, wine and dine and kisses. This volume this time is just overly erotic. That what it came when NTR and hentai combined, all in one. I would stayed for the romance, but might skip the exotic insides. If you're into something deeper than romance, then this novel can get you moving. Rikii Kanojo to Bunkei Koreshi, Saki Ni Tsujeta Ho Ga Make. English title: Science Major Girlfriend and Liberal Arts Boyfriend, Whoever Tells Her First Loses Volume 2. I was attracted in the first volume, with science studies in the mix. Even the male character design was a bit goofy. In Volume 1, we get a reveal of the couple who excels in their studies, but gets worse when comes with confession. Now in Volume 2, both plays game, being a fake couple, which then turned to a turmoil in the cultural festival. That said, the whole story of it reminds me of a certain manga I've read before years ago, when I was an avid manga reader. Even though this is just the second volume, it went into the confession zone pretty quick, without any side characters included in the mix. I wonder if that bald cap hair was a boost of this story that makes it two-time interesting. If you do like stories that involves war, love, and science combined, then you have to check this out. Next, is Dungeon ni Dei wa Motomaru no Wamashigatira Dero Ka? Volume 19, which everyone has been waiting for. Regarding Damachi, new books have been released in various series over the past year. But I'm sure there are a lot of people who have been waiting for the main story. It was released in January of this year, so when I pasted the release date, it was much earlier than before. The big story was completed in the last issue, and a new development will begin in the latest issue, so there will be new characters featured. It seems like it will appear. The synopsis of the latest volume says that a new adventure will begin with various encounters with knights and a new life at school, so I hope it will start with a new life. Looking at the atmosphere of the synopsis, I feel like it's going to be a lively episode rather than a serious one. Furthermore, this latest edition will also be released at the same time as a special edition with a drama CD for the first time since Volume 13. The price is 3,300 yen, which is a little high, but be careful not to miss out on buying it. The story of the drama CD is that the past and future intersect. It seems like it will be an what-if development, and Astria Familia will be involved. It's a must-see for fans of the series, so be sure to get it. Also, this latest issue was the last of 12 months of continuous publication, but somehow this has extended to 13 months of continuous publication. Moreover, the second volume of Familia Chronicle episode Ryu is scheduled to be released next month. It seems that there are many people who became fans have hyperhyped because of the anime, so you can't miss this as well. I will continue to introduce the titles of sequels to the series next month. And finally, it's Otonari no Tenshi-sama ni Itsu no ma ni ka dame ningen ni Saratita Ken Volume 8.5. So it's a collection of newly written short stories about the store clerk, which was made into a TV anime this year and became a hot topic. However, due to the effects of the anime adaptation, it was clearly ranked number 1 in light novel sales for the first half of 2023, as announced by Oricon. It has had tremendous sales, as many of the viewers of the channel have already read it before it was made into an anime, but it's said to be one of the biggest successes of recent anime. I think it's a good series. The latest volume is a collection of short stories, but the author says it's a compilation of intervening episodes that have been published so far, so it's pretty zapping. It seems like it's going to be something like that. Well, there also seems to be a past episode about the heroine's childhood, Mahiru. I'm also paying attention to things like this. It looks like you'll be able to enjoy a rare story. By the way, there's also a special edition with a booklet included. It will be released at the same time, and the price is about 1100 yen, so I think it's better to buy the one that comes with a newly written short story. I don't think so. If you miss out on buying the special edition, it will be difficult to get it later. Make sure you don't miss out on the power of the series. Next, is the new series from Gagaga Bunko, titled Ano Moka Shiroku, Yura Shakai no Tio, Shurshite Iskai Omo Shurhai Suru, and title, Apocalypse. The king of the underworld dies and rules another world. It's the last batch of Gagaga Bunko's works for this year's Newcomer Award. The title sounds like someone reincarnated in another world. On the contrary, I don't think it's unusual in Gagaga Bunko. As for the story, the mafia who reigned as the ruler of the underworld is reborn as a mere boy with no power. It's not a reincarnation fantasy in another world. However, the main character seems to be quite ambitious. It seems like he decides to take control of the world once again from the slums of another world, and I think it will be fun to see how he rises up. The synopsis says that the main character tries to take over the world in order to get something he lost at the Poseidon, so I don't know what the main character is looking for. Also, the battle depictions were highly praised in the Newcomer Award slip, so I think the battle scenes will be pretty cool as well. Looking at the cover illustration, does it feel like you're using a gun? Among the Newcomer Award works, this one has a very straightforward feel, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm planning on purchasing this work, along with Volume 3 of Killing Bites. Sono Ohi Wakoto Kanibito Tohohai Kan in Tan, English title, The Queen is a Foreigner Eastern Princess Marriage Story, is the latest entry in GA novels, which will be released in Japan. I'd like to introduce you to a marriage story. This work was completely unmarked, but when I read the synopsis, it seemed quite interesting. The story begins when a young king of a Western kingdom who has just ascended the throne welcomes an Oriental princess as his queen. The heroine seems to be quite smart and brings Oriental technology and art to the country. She will demonstrate her talent in politics and receive overwhelming support from the people. Yes, it has a very mysterious or bewitching atmosphere, which is really nice. Personally, I like her to be a smart and strong heroine, so I don't care what kind of role she will play. Also, I personally like the young king as a heroine who is smart and strong, so I'm not interested in what kind of role she will play. It will be interesting to see if they become related. If you are interested, please check it out. And finally, wrapping up, from Denjiki Shin Bunjei, Futsu Ota Harry Mason. Gakepuchi Siyu, Radio to Life Restart. English title, You Don't Need a Regular Pot. A voice actor on the edge of a cliff restarts his life on the radio. I won't need much to introduce it, but I'm curious about the voice actor-based light novel, right? A popular voice actor who is on the verge of making a living by working part-time at a convenience store with no regular TV programs. The story begins by teaming up with a high school girl to have a radio show. This is The Eyes of Uraira, a voice actress with an age difference. I guess it's nice that there are so many elements. Well, the illustrations are done by Yumiko-sensei, and she also does a lot of the illustrations for the Uraira novels. Also, I'm also curious about how a female voice actor who is on the brink of being around 30 years old will survive in the industry. The voice acting industry may look glamorous to the average person, but it's actually quite difficult. I'm curious as to how realistic it feels. Well, I guess voice actor light novels are the sparkling, bright type. I get the impression that it depends on whether you're a hot-blooded type who is suffering, so I'm really looking forward to seeing which one this game will be. If you are interested, please pick it up. This time it's an introduction since it's the third week of September, so this time it's the main story of Danmachi. I am personally very satisfied with the lineup as there are other new products that I am interested in. What do you all think? Please let me know in the comments section if there is any works that you would like to read in this video. That's all for this video. I'll be introducing the weekly again next week. I would be happy if you subscribe to the channel as a support, or watch another video, along with clicking the like button. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Goodbye.